Good morning. Good morning. This is your man, Prince Solomon, in the building. All right, let's get into it. Good morning, everybody in the chat, too, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, I draw your attention to the crooked faces out there in the media. We even have some doppelgangers. I don't want to call them doppelgangers because you ain't dancing with us. But the deep state, the entertainment deep state, has tried to create some form of a veneration or a rendition of thought crimes. They call themselves Thought Crime. It's led by Charlie Kirk. I call him Doggy Dirk. Another crooked face, low testicular, low T-cell count having
sensational
Mayo. Now, I'm going to draw our attention to the screen. Good morning, everybody. Good morning to, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we are here, all right? I want to get y'all attention to go to the screen right now. So, look on the screen right there. There is one of the ugly Gaffican trolls right there. So they have this property called Thought Crime. Now, here's the thing about it. George Orwell, 1984, the book has been out. We already understand this. But now these people that work within these medias tied to Tucker Carlson, you all know we've done our roast on Tucker Carlson. He's actually had done subliminal responses, and he has done direct responses as well. Look, I tell you guys all the time, one of the reasons why they elevate the likes of Two-Tone, they elevate the likes of Hot 97, they elevate the likes of a lot of the sorry-ass Negroes in the media, because they want to make these white boys look good in the media. I want you guys to understand that. They want to make these white boys look good in the media. And I can't tell the difference from Doggy Dirk, a.k.a. Charlie Kirk. I can't tell the difference between him, Steven Crowder. I can't tell the difference between him and Richard Spencer. All I know, these are talentless nerd white boys that were able to buy themselves some Shure microphones. Now, they call themselves leading a dumbass revolution. I'll give it to them. They're leading a dumbass, watered-down, ammonia-smelling revolution. Now, these are musty-armed dorks that ain't never had a fist fight in their life. Talking about being alpha males, admiring Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate's elongated biracial ass. Always on black nuts or biracial nuts. Now, they're sitting up here talking about they're leading a revolution, and their alpha male king, Steven Crowder, was defeated by his pregnant wife at the time. So what you have right now is, what are they going to do? They're going to try to do the next thing where they're going to keep going into this whole thing trolling. So right now, on this property of Thought Crime, listen to what they have to say. I want to put this out here. This is for a lot of the individuals that work with the aviation industry. We got to get into the bottom of this. I'm going to tell you what's going on, and I'm going to tell you after you guys hear this clip here. Listen to this.
Of a plane, when the turbulence hits, or when you're flying through a storm and you're like, I'm so glad I saw the guy with the right stuff and the square jaw get into the cockpit before we took off, and I feel better now thinking about that.
No, I mean, like, you want to go thought crime? Like, I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
Well, that's the you wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have done that before.
That's not an immediate.
No, you wouldn't have done that before.
That's not who I am. That's not what I believe.
It is the reality the left has created.
And that's why I think this United story and the DEI story hits so hard, because we've all been in the back of a plane when the turbulence hits, or when you're flying through a storm and you're like, I'm so glad I saw the guy with the right stuff and the square jaw get into the cockpit before we took off. And I feel better now thinking about that.
No, I mean, like, you want to go thought crime? Like, I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
Well, that's the you wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have done that before.
That's not an immediate.
No, you wouldn't have done that before.
That's not who I am. That's not what I believe.
It is the reality the left has created.
And that's why I think this United story and the DEI story hits so hard.
Now, that's not what I believe. That's not what I believe. That's not what I believe. You want to go thought crime? You want to go thought crime? You want to go thought crime? All right, so look. I know. I get. Listen, this is where they're going with it once again. From Richard Spencer, we saw with Richard Spencer getting punched in the face. He couldn't deliver it. Then they bring up Doggy Dirk. This guy here, Charlie Kirk. He's the one on the far left. All right, it looks like a PE teacher that's a lesbian. I'm just going to be honest with you. White PE teacher lesbian. That's what he looks like, right? Now, I want you guys to also pay attention to something else here. I do want you all to pay attention to something else. Look what you have right here. Let's see if we can get to this piece here. Because I want you guys to understand something that is taking place. First of all, these men, if you can call them that, I want you to look at them. It is always the ugly ones. I keep telling you that. It is always the ugly girls. All right? It is always the ugly men that attract. Hitler was an ugly bastard. Hitler was ugly. All right, pause right here. Boom. Now, I'm going to blow the screen up. Bleach your eyes, but look at this. Look at this dysfunctional, sorry crew right here. Look at these wussies. Look like a bunch of men that would cry after nutting early. Look at this. This is your alpha male revolution. Look at this. And none of these men neither one of them are in their 40s. Look at the one in the middle. The one with the glasses on. He 19 and got no hair on top of his head. You want to tell me about qualifications? Let's look at your genetics. Let's look at your health. Look at sodium face Charlie Kirk. Which way is his hair going? This is the enclave of Reddit boys. The enclave of Pepe Le Pew memes. This is the enclave. This is who is fighting to get rid of the arts. This is who is fighting to get rid of entertainment. So we can listen to them and their dry ass talks. I told you all about the non-creatives. This is about non-creatives and the unskilled. And we have to fight this back. We cannot allow them to speak. They cannot speak. These are the non-creatives. They are the non-creatives, and they are fighting hard. They are very so much fighting hard to try to make themselves a part of the conversation. You want to go thought crime? We're thought crimes. That's what we do.
Thought crimes.
We're thought crimes. And we told you guys before, you guys thought we was joking about how they was acting with us behind the scenes. Right? They'll always try to find a way to bite off something from you. We get it. From David Banner to Charlie Kirk. We get it. And Tucker Carlson's bitch ass in between. Because he got emotional. But they can't come out directly like I say, you know, we're the sharks in the room that nobody want to say the names.
Sensational.
I'm cool with it. I don't want to come to your parties. But look at this here. Look at the Four Stooges. When you guys hear about the anti-woke agenda, this is what they look like. Ugly, 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 and butt ugly on the end. Nobody fits in. These are rejects. We are in the era of rejects. Listen, I've talked about DJ Academic. DJ Academics is meeting his own fate. He has to figure out why he has Peter Pan peddlers in his crew, Lil Boomin, over there touching little girls in Walmart. And this is supposed to be the voice of the culture. Two-tone compromise. Right? Ebro confused. This is the same stuff that they throw in your face every day. And then the crazy part about it, the way they pump money into these people, the way they dump money into these people, they'll have you believing that they are legitimate voices because they're on old establishment dying formats. These are the non-creatives. The non-creatives are always trying to block the creatives, but they can't. The creatives are blessed by the universe, which is the ultimate creator. Now, you have 4 highly unskilled omega males. criticizing and trying to control an industry that requires a level of skillment and craftsmanship unlike any other, the aviation industry. And this is what I was talking about the mediocre culture. This is mediocrity at its finest. We are living a Mike Judge parable. This is idiocracy right here. Now, as you heard, I will play it one more time to the people that are just sliding in. So we're going to play this one more time so you guys can hear exactly what they said. And then I'm going to...
And that's why I think this United story and the DEI story hits so hard, because we've all been in the back of a plane when the turbulence hits, or when you're flying through a storm and you're like, I'm so glad I saw the guy with the right stuff and the square jaw.
Gay. I want to make that clear. Not a shot at any of our wonderful people that are in this community, that are of the community. I'm not talking about you in a derogatory sense. I'm talking about these men that are no different than these toxic rappers that go around, bitches ain't shit, bitch. And then you find out that they were kneeling and praying like a Jehovah's Witness in front of P. Diddy's nuts. Give you some brother love all in your mouth. Again, a lot of repressed males. Listen to what he just said. I am so glad that the guy with the square jaw. Why are you looking at his square jaw? So his square jaw is more qualified than someone with black skins and the appropriate credentials?
Stuff and the square jaw.
The right stuff and the square jaw. Listen to how sweet he sounds. Hold on, let's run that back one more time. Run that back for Doggy Dirk.
And the square jaw.
Hold on, one more time. He want to do something with that square jaw.
Right stuff and the square jaw.
Listen to this shit. Listen to this shit, y'all. They ain't even like the grand old racists. You pull out your rifle, they pull out their rusty rifle. These are some post-Abercrombie and Finch, post-metrosexual men. Okay? You want to tell me about racial supremacy and you're closetly gay? Why are you selecting men with square jaws? And I told you guys, a lot of these guys are in the closet. Nick Fuentes, another one. That is another one. Go find you a husband. Leave us alone. Think about that if I sat up here and said, yeah, you know, when the brother comes in and he got the square jaw. Prince, what are you on? Some of the men would jump out the chat. Yes, daddy, I was waiting. So we're going to run this back one more time so you can see what's going on here.
And that's why I think this United story and the DEI story hits so hard, because we've all been in the back of a plane when the turbulence hits, or when you're flying through a storm and you're like, I'm so glad I saw the guy with the right stuff and the square jaw get into the cockpit before we took off. And I feel better now thinking about that.
No, I mean, like, you want to go thought crime? Like, I'm sorry.
Look, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Look, they playing with you in the media. They're giving you bad options on the left and the right. You got to hear Tiffany Cross and her weird ass talking about 1 minute black men need to get behind her or they need to jump into a volcano. The next minute, why aren't black men defending black women? And then you got to go all the way on the right with these weirdos right here that'll foot tap you in the stall. Oh yeah, it's real. Now the one on the left and the one on the right, they do this little show where they're supposed to call themselves Thought Crime. It's not with the Z and not with the S. They call themselves, you heard them say, you want to go Thought Crime? You want to go RuPaul? Because you all look like y'all would be in that special district of Atlanta. Especially the one on the left. That wax face. That is supposed to be alpha masculinity. I told you all about following these red pill boys. This is exactly what you get. Follow these red pill boys and they will lead you to their nuts. Now, these are unskilled men. that a billionaire sugar daddy, we always clown, we talk about the Meek Mill, we talk about all of these male rappers, these black rappers that are always talking about they're the strong, realest niggas in the crew, and then, they was over there kneeling over in front of Diddy. We talk about them, but nobody really talks about these boys and their billionaire sugar daddies. A lot of these men have billionaire sugar daddies. They have billionaire sugar daddies. All right, listen to the one on the right.
And, listen to how he said, and yes, so, and we all have been on the plane, and, when, a nice, strong 6'3" white man walks in with a square jaw and angular shoulders.
That's what he sounded like. Meanwhile, I got to sit up here and hear you lie about, you complain about because little boys and girls are wearing rainbows on their pajamas from Target. Okay? How many stories have you heard online with Klansmen, Grand Wizards, the Grand Dragons, when they die, their black boyfriends come out the closet? These men don't like other groups of men, as they claim. Lies. I'm a black man. I can't tell you how many times, just as a straight black man, I have been hit on by white racists. Race play is a real thing. It's a real thing. See, we always talk about when the Beckys get with some of the black men and the black men say some stupid stuff when they allow them Beckys to call them the N-word during sex. But nobody talks about the white boys that want you to pull their hair at night. All these men look soft. They look soft, they sound soft, they have no bass in their voice, and they're supposed to be the alpha leaders of America. You're just white. You're just white. That's it. You're just white with turkey hair. That's it. Nothing else. Now.
Sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
Look at his face. He thought he said something shocking there. Look at him. Don't he look like a Karen? Now, what they're doing in the media right now, they ran through Richard Spencer, whatever the hell his name is. It's Richard Spencer, Steven Crowder. The white woman is always defeating them. And that's why they hate the white woman. That's why they run from the white woman. Now, they can keep her over there, my personal opinion. That's just my personal opinion. Y'all can, because I don't want anybody to think like, oh, so you like the white. No. White boys' biggest fights are their white mamas. People like these guys here. White mamas and white daddy issues. So what they do is they bring their little toxic ass, man boy asses out into the world, and they unleash their childish temper tantrums on everyone that makes them feel insecure, including the black folks. And there is a consortium right now that is going on in media. It's a struggle consortium. And listen, I'm going to tell you something right now. What they have going on between Charlie Kirk and what's going on with Vivek, and what you see with them talking about DEI, affirmative action. Ladies and gentlemen, they're literally trying to take you back to an era where they don't have to compete with anyone. I'll say that again. They are trying to take you to an era where they don't have to compete with anyone. That is all this is about. They don't want to compete. They get online and there's too much diversity. Because this whole anti-diversity campaign and gospel doesn't just stop with jobs, doesn't just stop with pilots. It doesn't just stop with films. Right? You're seeing all of these black shows that are getting canceled. Rap shit got canceled, right? You know, and Rap Shit is a very successful show. People love it, right? But what you see right now is them trying to, if I can turn back time. That's what they're trying to do right now. Listen to what they're saying. Now you see what's going on when they use aspects and fashions of the Asian community to do the whole affirmative action. But did you hear the troubles that they're having right now? Because you followed some low IQ, insecure white guys. These people are a part of the controlled demolition to destroy whatever's left of America. And I'm talking about the America in the sense of the tossed salad. Pause, right? I'm not from New York. I'm gonna get one of y'all. Tossed salad, not in the minds of these two, but the tossed salad in the sense of your onions, your tomatoes, right? Your asparagus, right? Your spinach, things of that nature. That is America. That is what makes America. How do you get some greasy neck, insecure, unskilled white men? These are non-skilled white men. These men right here, they don't have any skills. They don't design. They don't do any animation. They don't code. They don't do anything. They don't do any edits. They don't do no lower thirds. They don't understand color theory, sound theory. They don't edit their audio. They don't clean the ground floor. They don't do anything but run their sugar baby mouths. These are sugar babies. These are welfare kids. These are kids, man, boys, and not kids in the innocent sense, but children in the sense of ignorance, toxic ignorance, destroying stuff. A child with a gun. Neither one of them will make it out of my neighborhood. And they're right.
Well,
that's the
you
game
wouldn't have
theory
done
I was
that.
talking
You
about.
wouldn't have. You wouldn't have done that before.
That's not an immediate.
No, you wouldn't have done
That's
that
not who
before.
I am. That's
No.
not what I believe.
It is the reality the left has
But
created.
And that's
All right. So now let's go to the reality of what's been going on. We're going to play this clip real quick. I want you guys to listen to this just brief clip.
U.S. carriers are scrambling for solutions to add and retain crew members. American Airlines' own regional carriers Piedmont and Envoy hiked pilot pay by 50% through the end of August 2024. Delta, along with several carriers, have dropped the 4-year degree from pilot hiring requirements. And SkyWest and Frontier Airlines have recruited pilots from as far away as Australia. But what led to the shortage of pilots in the first place? In a bid to slash costs during the COVID pandemic, airlines grounded planes and offered early retirement packages to thousands of senior pilots.
Pilots took the early retirement for a variety of reasons. There's 1,000 pilots and maybe near 1,000 reasons why. But in general, a pilot may have reached a point in their career where they said, you know what, I'm 62 and I'm feeling it.
A halt to training during the pandemic also impacted the pipeline.
Training never stops in the airline business.
The number one logjam right now at American Airlines is the training pipeline. It has collapsed. A massive amount of training that they didn't do during the pandemic is still an overhang on that system.
Carriers have also seen fewer pilots coming from the military, which has faced recruitment issues of its own. The Department of Defense had a shortfall of 3,000 pilots according to a 2019 report to Congress. The Air Force and its reserves finished fiscal year 2018 down 2,000 pilots, or roughly 10% of its staffing. The transition to drone pilots is also impacting commercial carriers.
The military of today is not just about traditional airplanes and helicopters. They're flying drones, and they've got all sorts of other new types of aircraft.
Frankly, a lot of the folks from the Air Force Academy now, you see more drone pilots than you do commercial pilots. That pipeline has dried up over 40%. So we've got to make up for that from somewhere else.
And perhaps the hardest hit segment of the industry is regional carriers like Mesa Airlines, who have seen their ranks poached by higher paying national rivals.
As a result of the pilot shortage, we have lost scheduled airline service to more than 50 smaller U.S. cities.
So a few airlines have already started to cancel flights because they say that they do have a lack of pilots. That's a really big deal, especially in small cities, because those are served by regional airlines, and that's where the pilot shortage is the most acute.
All right. There you go, right there. Y'all heard that, right? I told you there's always an angle. There's always an angle. And I want to say shouts out to our brothers and sisters that are part of the aviation industry. I told you all. There's always an angle. There's always an angle, baby. So, now that particular piece, and you can find it on YouTube, it's called Why the U.S. Has a Severe Pilot Shortage. and it's on the YouTube channel of CNBC, right? Boom. I want you guys to understand something right now. It's a hustle out there. It is a hustle. Now, I'm sorry I troubled you all's morning by having those pig faces on the screen. Those are some ugly individuals, but you have to see this. Do not get lost and caught up in the sauce. Do not get lost and caught up in the sauce that they're trying to throw out there on the line. They'll have you to believe that this is simply about DEI and affirmative action, but this is really about stopping your traction from getting to the money. As you can see, there's a shortage of pilots in the United States. Not only that, but during the pandemic, they have flight training modules that has been restricted at the time because they had to ground flights during pandemic. In fact, some of the legendary pilots, some of the senior pilots went in ahead and took their retirement money. As you heard homeboy say, at 62 years old, some of the people said, I'm feeling it. It's a pandemic and I don't know how this thing is going to go, so let me go on and check up out the game. Let me get out the way and let the new young pilots come into the game, right? And as you can see right now, if you go online, there are plenty of black people that are searching and using and getting access to their aviation license. Now, if you understand, if you're a part of the aviator club, ladies and gentlemen, then you can break generational poverty. But once again, what do they normally do around that time when black people are getting their money? They try to burn it down somewhere. So it's ironic that we have a shortage of U.S. pilots right now, a shortage of U.S. pilots, especially concerning the commercial flights. And here the little pig boys come, whining and crying and talking about, are they qualified? When really, at the end of the day, like I tell you guys all the time, they're just trying to get in the way of you getting to the money. When your ancestors were building their wonderful towns and they had their wonderful little country clubs, and black people had their own little stores and they had their own little libraries and churches, and they had their own little museums, and they had their own little airports, right? What did these people do? They came in there, they cried and moaned. You have to understand about the unskilled, and I'm not talking about the skilled, accredited white boy that studies hard to get his shit together. I'm not talking about the white boy that's building his family, minding his business. That's the best thing you can do, is mind your business. Do not be a Chad or a Karen. I am talking about the minimalist, millennial, young Gen Xer, and older Gen Z, unskilled, insecure white boy that is probably suffering from erectile dysfunction at an early age. Now, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction and it is an acute situation, I'm not here to make fun of you. All right, some people, there are genetic issues that certain men do face, and I think men's health should be more of a public forum versus whether or not are you going to get in the way of some black people getting to their money while enjoying doing what they do. I tell you guys all the time, one of the reasons why I never liked the hood gangster nigga mentality, because you have take on the white bigots mentality. And the white bigots' goal is to take away fun and money and economics from black folks. And unfortunately, just like when they did what they did with Takeoff, they made everything unfun. And right now, Charlie Kirk, Richard Spencer, Steven Crowder, all of these dog-faced white boys are trying to make everything unfun, unpleasant, and impoverished for black folks. This is what they're trying to do right now. It's very simple. This is one of the reasons why everybody's cooking on Dave Chappelle's ass right now, because some of the white boys he messed with fucks with this energy, and that is a problem. You can say what you want to say about Cat Williams, but I tell you what, whether Cat Williams' hair is down to the side, fried, or whatever the case may be, I ain't seen him over there. All right? You can say what you want to say about that. So you have the far-right racists. They're fighting to erase black pilots. Actually, they're just fighting to get into the way of the money. And notice they never have a solution. Notice they never have a solution. What is your solution? Automation? Even if you want to talk about automation, here's the thing about it. And this is why I tell you guys over and over here on the True Thought Crimes, because Charlie Kirk and them, they're trying to be cute by naming themselves Thought Crime. They ain't got no rhythm or swag. They have no intellectual conversation. And not only that, they're not interesting. Who wants to sit up there and look at 4 milquetoast white male rejects that are rejects of the white male society? Better yet, you're on the bottom. you're still going to have a problem with the alpha males of your space. You can't compete with Tom Brady. Y'all can't compete with Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's a lot of men in your own collective and consortium that you can't compete with. All right? So here's the thing about it. This is what I want you guys to understand. What they're looking to do is project fear. You have to think about them. What is it that they fear? They fear black folk. They fear the immigrants. And I'm not talking about, we'll have a conversation about the immigration situation. There's something else going on there. But they fear everything just like a segment of their toxic ancestors did. All right? There's a segment of their toxic ancestors that had fear and panicked about everything. You know, these guys fear women. Let's start there. Before you even come to black folk, you all fear women. You fear your own women. Right? That's the whole thing that goes on with you all with the whole red pill movement. This is why I say take it easy, be careful, and stay strong. You guys are doing your thing online. They are so angry that black people have a chance to access media. You may not have won an Oscar, you may not have been nominated for a Grammy, but guess what? Who cares? Nobody cares about that. No one cares about those things, right? And you have to understand that. But these guys here, all they're looking to do is project fear. And when I say that, they're just looking to get in the way of the money. Wherever black people are looking to make money, they're trying to get it. Here's the other side of it. You saw all of these black people going back online and getting their certifications. They're getting their certifications for their situations concerning coding. Right? But guess what? Some of these companies are saying we prefer to hire directly some of the immigrant coders. It's just a joke, ladies and gentlemen. That's all it is. It's a joke. So how come that in that piece that CNBC put out was only a year ago? The aviation industry has not changed from 1 year. They said they have a shortage of U.S. pilots. Charlie Kirk and them boys online, including Elon Musk, is not telling you that. This is a part of the grand campaign to try to bring Trump into office. For me personally, it's not about Donald Trump, whether you like him or not. I could care less. Look at what they're doing. They're trying to roll back the American society. While they're trying to fear and tell you all that because you see a few gay men twerking here and there. Look, whether you want to talk about what goes on with children and TV shows, that is a real conversation. There's just some things you got to slow down on. Right? But what they're looking to do is try to create this whole fear narrative of the left, the left, the left, the left, the left, the left. I'm not a Democrat. I'm just not a Democrat. I told you guys about the issues I have with the Democrats. But what I'm saying here with Charlie Kirk and these boys, Richard Spencer, Nick Fuentes, what they're looking to do is usher in a regime change. What we're looking at right now with all of these personalities is a coup attempt. That's just what it is. I know people that are Trump supporters. I know why they want to vote. Looking at Trump, as far as how his foreign policies are, looking how he looks to handle things within the United States economy. Like I said, the first time around, I got the appeal. I get it. But when I ask these people, well, what's up with his crew, though, Sheldon? What's up with that crew? What's up with Nick Fuentes? What's up with Richard Spencer? What is up with Charlie Kirk? Well, what do you mean? Well, I mean, when they say they don't want to see any black pilots, what do you say to that? Even the black Trump supporters don't have anything to say. This is a grand coup right now. And unfortunately, you have such a mediocre culture that people that could have clear victories concerning this energy, they drop the ball. But sometimes they get there through nepotism. There's somebody's nephew. There's somebody's cousin. There's somebody's niece. There's somebody's girlfriend. There's somebody's boyfriend. There's somebody's sugar baby or sugar daddy. That's how they got there. So they can't counter this energy. And then on top of that, you all have spent so much time on the left nitpicking black voices. You can't say this. Don't say that. You can't say this. You don't say that. Then now you have unintelligent people that are in positions of power on the microphone publicly, and they're telling you, I don't know what to tell my listeners when it comes to the Democratic Party. Look at Tiffany Cross. These are unintelligent voices. They have no backbone. They have no bite. So that is why this is taking place within the media. Don't look to the left and don't look to the right of your shoulder and ask, why is this happening? This is happening because all of you all have been involved in nepotism. We just sat Diddy down because we found out one of the reasons why rap music hasn't been whacked because Diddy been trying to kill all of the black talent. Allegedly. So this is what you're getting in America. This is why you having men of a lower caliber going after skilled men. And I told you all before about this. I warned you all about the post-academics culture. You will have unskilled men constantly criticizing and bitching about highly skilled, refined men. What does Charlie Kirk have over a skilled aviator? What does Charlie Kirk have over a man or woman that has passed all of their certifications, their course, their tests, multiple tests? I think they had to take the test up to 5 times. They've extended the hours. What can Charlie Kirk tell them? This is the culture we're dealing with right now, and this is the culture we keep dealing with, and this is how a lot of societies fall into disarray. Rome didn't go out with a bang, it went out with a whimper. Narcissism, nepotism, fear, and bigotry. And that is what we're seeing in the American media diaspora right now. All of this confusion. What is Charlie Kirk talking about? He shows up, thought crime, you want to go thought crime? That's not thought crime. That is not a thought crime. That is a part of the state. That mindset is a part of the state. What thought crime by way of Charlie Kirk is, it's double speak. It is a psyop. Well, congratulations, Atlas God. Shouts out to you, by the way. Let's give Atlas God some praise in the chat, too, by the way. All right, he says here, not long completed my first solo flight. Go ahead. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's what this is all about. There's a shortage of U.S. pilots, and here they come with their raggedy, ashy-ass mouths. Every time where there's an opportunity for black folks, and I'm telling you, black folks are always going to break. They're always going to break through some shit. But I do notice every time black people start getting somewhere or it looks like an opening and an opportunity for black folks, they cut up. Charlie Kirk is cutting up right now. They know what they're doing. They know that there's a U.S. shortage of pilots right now. Why did they choose to talk about this industry? Oh, because of what Delta says? That's a lie. You know how much money pilots make once they complete their accreditation? And then they have to update things as they move along in their aviator career? I tells you, you would have thought it was a conspiracy. Everywhere there's possible coins and money for black folks, you guys got something to say?
It's not Atlanta.
What up, Pivot? Also, too, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Sam B. Moore and I, we did a wonderful live stream breaking down what took place on Patreon concerning Diddy, esoterically, astrologically, and then occultically too, because there's some other stuff going on with Diddy. You guys can sign up to our Patreon. Over there, we actually go into overdrive. We go over into overdrive. Sometimes we hit 3 hours. We may hit 4 hours over there. And, you know, you can call in. You can ask questions. You can also reach out to Be More if you want her to look at some of your information, too, by the way. Very effective. Great testimonials. There's some people in the chat that had a chance to get counseled by her. They recommend her. She does wonderful work. She's the real deal. She's legit. She's 100% legit, okay? Now, you can guys get over to the Patreon, too, by the way. Okay. Yeah. So, well, Mr. Ball, the reason why they're crying right now, number one, as I showed the clip earlier, I don't know how long you've been in here. There's a shortage of pilots in the United States. The pandemic did a lot of damage. It actually set down a lot of their scheduled lessons and courses that they were supposed to do. And they also, for a lot of pilots that were a little bit older, senior pilots, the airline industry began to divvy out the opportunity for them to opt into early retirement and even, give them a pay-as-you-go as they exited on up out the door. And during the pandemic, a lot of them retired. You've always had black pilots that have been innovators. They're only talking about that because they don't want black people to get it. But guess what? They don't run shit, though. They don't run shit but they raggedy ass mouths. That's it. They just run their raggedy ass mouths. There's nothing else. That's it. Let's not forget black pilots. Who was in World War II in Vietnam. Of course, absolutely. Black aviators have always, for a long time, been a part of this culture and history and this tapestry of America. Again, this is here, Mr. Ball. I'm gonna tell you what this is really about, and I want you guys to pay attention. This is about unskilled, unqualified men and women that don't want to challenge themselves to grow, versus individuals that are productive members of society. That's it. That's it. These are about spoiled, entitled individuals that are challenging people who are producing in society. That's what's happening right now. That is what's happening right now. You see it in rap music. Yachty said Tupac and Biggie they couldn't rap. This is a culture that we did. Look at Drake. Drake is dimming down his talents. Drake sounds so sloppy on some records right now. Remember when Kendrick Lamar dropped To Pimp a Butterfly and academics thought he was going to have a heart attack like he was choking on jerk chicken? He was having hemorrhages. That's all that blackity black shit. I don't even know what he's saying. That is what you're going to be dealing with. This is what X is. They tried to give you all a fake Tony Starks. If you do the research of Elon Musk and you find out that all he does is he buys people's shit out, he steals it, or he tricks them. That's it. If you listen to Elon Musk never delves deeply into the science of his field. Have you all noticed this? They ask that man about everything else. What's your favorite cigar? Who's your favorite rapper? I think that doesn't. What I think is that I think I like Kanye West. You know, when you sit down and you hear a podcast by Neil deGrasse Tyson, you say he knows that shit. Even his co-host says, "Hey Neil, can you break that down for the people that don't know?" Oh, quite. Let me explain this particular cosmic quandary. You don't get that with Elon Musk. Has anybody paid attention to that? Elon Musk, the only said scientist, quote unquote scientist billionaire, I never hear him delve into the science. You don't hear that. You hear that with Dr. Ray Kurzweil, when it comes to AI, the theory of singularity. I don't get any of these things from Elon Musk, which is no wonder why you have so many of these guys that are on his nuts. It's a frat boy culture. Yes, Nepo babies and college dropouts talk ish about accomplished individuals and people. That's crazy. Yes, B, this is what you're dealing with. Look, you can take it personal. It can become personalized with you because they're talking about your race. They're talking about your people. They're talking about our people. That is true. But when I see through all of those racial epithets, what I see are largely unaccomplished, insecure men that can't even have conflicts with their women. Healthy conflicts. These are men that avoid conflict. One of the things that a young man will face in a form of a conflict is approaching a woman of his desires. You know, whether he has money, whether he's accomplished or unaccomplished, he will still have to face the conflict of approaching a woman of his desires. These men and man boys can't even do that. How can you start a race war? Yeah, I know Seto. Yeah. He can call it thought crime. He can call it whatever the fuck he want to call it. It ain't shit. It ain't shit. 4 or 5 dorks get together and they want to talk about what else are we scared of today. Let's call it the Big Sissy Podcast. What are we scared of today? Are you scared? Yeah, I scared. You heard what the one in the black shirt said? Well, if I saw a black man walking in, I'ma clutch my pearls. But when I see that fine white man with that wide jaw, I knows I'm comfortable. I just start rubbing all over myself. That's why I said they're scared to bro. I am telling you, listen. We had a wonderful brother in the chat the other day named Arrows. He was going off on us. Why are y'all always talking about gay men like that? So that's not, we don't really talk about gay men. I told people, I said, stop that. Who cares about the Lil Nas X shit when he was twerking on the devil? I said, I don't like care about that. It's Interscope. They make money, they make their most money off of dark-skinned, half-naked, oily black men. Lil Nas X, 50 Cent, same difference. Just one is gay and one isn't. What's the difference? Or bi. They say Lil Nas X is bi because apparently he got babies. Yeah, you're right. This is the podcast, Thought Crime. Let's call it the Big Sissy Podcast. This is the Big Sissy Podcast. 4 sissies. Look at it. Now look at the one on the end, on the right. Look at him. Making sure his eyelashes don't fuck up. Are they good? Are they good? Are they good? Y'all saw that, did y'all see that video of not Richard Smith. See, I get all of them confused. They all sissies. All these boys, they complain about Marvel properties. They complain about superhero films. They don't read canons. They don't read none of the literature. They talk about, they can't curl. They can't lift weights. They whey protein heads. How can I get my T-cell testosterone count up? These ain't nothing but Pornhub fuckers. That's all they are. And they get online, and the only people that will listen to them are young adolescent boys, insecure young boys that are 14 and 15-year-olds, which tells you psychologically in their emotional maturity age, a lot of time is that of a 15-year-old boy. This is the podcast, Thought Crime. 4 big sissies. The one on the end is friends with Tucker Carlson. We roasted Tucker Carlson. We had a viral video. Tucker got offended. Homeboy shows up, podcast called Thought Crime. I told you all, from David Banner to the far right, it's the same shit. Unskilled bitches. Yeah. Now y'all heard what the one in the one in the black said. Now look at this. Look at this sorry cast of rejects. Now, do you notice all of the accomplished men? Don't matter what ethnicity they are. They don't care about shit. You think Tom Brady is waking up in the morning ready to take flight on his private jet? Is my pilot a nigger? Do you think he cares? Look, it's the same energy that shows up in two-tone. Two-tone the size of a coffee cup when you see this nigga in person. It's always these bent up, crumpled up niggas that are fucking with people. It's all of them. It's always these old ugly ass trolls, white ones, black ones. They all got the same goblin energy. They all bent up, curled over, and they scary. That's why the state of comedy, for what it's worth, no pun intended, for what it's worth, it is very important. It is very important that the energy of the raw stays. Because that lets everybody know that you're not cute. Even handsome and good looking men and women, they get it. But this is what you're dealing with. This is the driving force for what you see. Marjorie Taylor. Y'all ever see Marjorie Taylor? Look like a Sasquatch in the face. Have you seen this woman? This woman is ugly. Barracuda mouth Marjorie Taylor from Georgia. Another ugly person. And they always got a problem with black folks. Now, again, you heard what the one in the middle said. If I sees me a wide jaw, you mean a wide jaw man like John Travolta? And we know about him. Y'all know about Johnny. He minding business though. He minds his business. I'll give it to John Travolta. He minds his business. But yeah, this is their old little punk ass podcast called Thought Crime. And I knew one of the big sissies on the far right was gonna try this shit. Okay? And then when Charlie Kirk said, if the pilot's black, and he had that look on his face like, I just said something deep. Let it go viral. No, bitch. We're just gonna roast you. I'm gonna tell you this. You cannot survive the internet when you do shit like this. You just don't. I loved it. When Tanashi told black people, niggas, leave me alone. I am not one of you. Black people said, okay. We off that one. But what they're doing right now is only to fuck with particularly black people. I told you guys, everybody comes back to black people to agitate black people. They're looking for a reaction out of black people. They hope black people flood their comment sections. They hoping black people make them trend some way, somehow. Especially after they saw that Eric July shit. When black people was getting on Eric July's backside and that pushed his ass up to like, what, 4 million? So man, y'all can really leave that hairy back nigga alone. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. It's not that really, it's not that significant. It really isn't. It's not that significant. You know, so what they're doing, as you see, they're trying to find a way to agitate black people. They're looking to get something going. But what we're going to do, we're going to comically deconstruct everything. That's what we're going to do. And like I said before, this is one of the reasons why David Chappelle is in trouble comedically. I only say comedically. I don't think he's not canceled nowhere near any of that nature. That people have too much love for him. But artistically, his craft, his sword has dullened. See, old Dave Chappelle would have been talked about all of this stuff. But a lot of these people run with the Joe Rogan crowd. Joe Rogan runs with Dave Chappelle. They had a tour together. Dave Chappelle sitting over there with Chris Rock. You had Louis C.K. say the words, are you saying I'm a dirty nigger? Chris Rock was like, "Hey." He didn't say anything. "Hey." Chris, what are you doing? He said, "You're saying I'm a dirty nigga." "Hey." The fuck is going on? And Seinfeld. I don't think that's right. Seinfeld. That ain't right. That's what's going on right now. That's why black people ain't gonna say nothing. They're gonna wait for you to do something and then they'll get you. But black people are paying attention. That's why they say what they're saying about Dave Chappelle right now. And Dave Chappelle can feel it in his inner black soul. Dave Chappelle actually comes from a black innovative family too. If you go look up his history, he comes from an innovating black family. He has history. His family has history in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Especially in the Carolinas, particularly Durham. But these are all fanboys that are trying to get attention. So, this is the podcast called Thought Crime. They call themselves, I don't know what the fuck they call themselves doing. Sin showed me this shit. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know what this shit is. It looks boring. I mean, why does he got that shit on the "Don't Tread on Me" shit on his wall? Have either one of these men ever held an M16? Like, I don't understand what this is. Honestly, I think I would like to see them fist fight Kyle Kaczynski. My money's on Kyle Kaczynski. All right. So, what they're going to be pushing is some of this old myopic troll shit concerning black pilots. And like I told you, this will be the culture of the unskilled. The unskilled also being exposed by the skilled that don't care. You saw what happened with Cedric the Entertainer. T.K. Kirkland can say whatever he wanted to say sitting up there looking like he about to go to sleep in that chair from diabetes. Nobody, listen, when I was a kid, my mother used to watch Designing Women. So, you know, you little kid, about 11, 9, you gotta watch what your mother watching. So I remember that show, at least the reruns. When I heard that joke on the show and then they went to the King of Comedy stage performance, I said, ooh. Oh, Cedric, that is rough. That is rough. That is rough. And took it word for word, line for line, bar for bar. But again, how skilled are you, Cedric the Entertainer? Right? How skilled are you? There you go. How skilled are you when it comes to these things? So when you get in a situation, this is what the fight is going to be. If you look at what's going on with the likes of the Marjorie Taylors and what she's saying and dog whistling racism and with white folks and against the blacks, and you know, that's why I cook Andrew drill him like I do. Man, you didn't take that campaign serious. So as I find out you over there getting high with Magic Mike Chippendale strippers all night during the campaign trail. Is that why you lost, nigga? And is that why black Floridians have to suffer under the constant cultural onslaught by the likes of Ron Cowgirl Boots DeSantis? Look, I'm telling you all. I think there's a film, it's called Outraged, and it's about some of these LGBTQ sex workers exposing people on Capitol Hill. I'm telling you for a fact, a lot of these so-called anti-woke alpha males are closeted. Nick Fuentes is a little fruitcake. I don't care what anyone says. You can't change my mind about that. And this is God's country in the name of Jesus. I say, yep. You look like one of those people. After they had the sex that they deeply desire, you put your hand across that Bible talking about, I repent for sucking that black dick. I repent for sucking that black dick. You're not going to give me the next day. And the niggers need to die. Oh, listen, Nerd Soul is in the building. He said, bro, there's no way they didn't see y'all. It's the same thing all over. I don't.
Sensational.
I'm pointing this out for a real reason with these people. I want you to understand the lengths that they go to. Ladies and gentlemen, don't ever believe, this is the point I've been making. Just because they won't say your name, just because they act like they don't see you, don't mean they do not see you. There ain't no Ray Charles out here. There ain't no Stevie Wonder out here. Come on now. We done had all types of goofy stuff happen. Sincere Ignorance and Prince Solomon are not two crazy niggas. There you go. Evidence right there. Thought crime. Right there. Thought crime. Sin brought this to my attention. I wasn't surprised. I was not surprised. They always need a compass somewhere to bite off of them and then say fuck the origin. But here's the problem about it. They ain't got no game. They ain't got no game. I saw a clip of these sissies. I saw a clip of these big sissies trying to have a joust roast. They were trying to roast Taylor Swift. And they had nothing. They had nothing. I said, yeah, it's hard to think, bitch, with your androgen level so low. So they're going to be doing anything. And sincere, now I know for this particular, we're going to be getting a lot of attention. We're prepared for it. It is what it is. We already see early indicators. Look at what's going on right now. And again, this is not about nothing else but unskilled, mediocre men. Also, that, see, here's the thing about it. Men can spiritually and unconsciously and consciously validate women, and women can spiritually, consciously, and unconsciously validate men. It is what it is. All right? That's just what the game is. So when you have a bunch of insecure, unskilled men who struggle with lifting an Ashley furniture sofa, it ain't made of nothing. Ain't no heavy material in there. Why are you struggling to lift that? When they're projected out front and center, it's going to attract insecure, unskilled women. You ever run into a very jealous couple, an envious couple, and they both are validating each other's envy? It's the same thing with these unskilled, insecure people. The men are insecure, and guess what? They go in an insecure box at night. The women are insecure. Guess what? She's bobbing on insecure dick at night. That's what it is. That's what this is all about. And I'm telling you, these are sugar babies. When I look at Steven Crowder, that's a Nancy boy. Especially in Austin, Texas. What Austin is, what Atlanta is to black gay men and women, that's what Austin, Texas is to white men and white women. It used to be San Francisco, but they've been getting killed out there. Okay? This is what this is all about. See, this is where y'all, you know, when we're talking about the culture, this is where you need to take the roast to. When people were crying about Cat Williams, that needed to happen. We've been seeing it. We've been seeing how the Meth Head Club have been moving with us, trying to move again, trying to reach out, trying to do this, that, hating, sending people. Yeah, well, you know, he really cool behind. God, get off my phone. But that's what's going on in the media right now. Because black people have such a presence in online social media, they don't know what to do. Going on the days where they can just blackball a nigga. Because they don't want to compete. Charlie Kirk is some billionaire sugar baby. Mark my words, it's going to come out. You know, all of those little white teenage boys and them slower white men, and unfortunately some of the idiotic black males that were over there, they Steven Crowder, I think he's funny. Steven Crowder's not funny. He's a comedian. So everybody hitting the stage. And what stages are we hitting? What is this? High school stages? Steven Crowder's a no, Steven Crowder's a bad. He sits up there with his prop holsters. It looks like the beginnings of a gay porn. Then when his wife exposed him being like a big sissy laid up on the couch, she's pregnant, I think with twins. She's saying she needs the car, and he says, well, I need the car too, and I don't like it either. This is how he sounds in the video, and I don't like it either. I don't like it either. I'm here at Chipotle. I placed my order like 15 minutes ago. The line's backed up, and I don't like it either. These are your alpha males. Please. I do not get offended when they see me and they cross over. Move. I don't like it either. These are the I don't like it either boys. They all got the same face. They do. They all got the same Woody Woodpecker face. What the fuck Angela Rye crying about? Handle these bitches. This ain't hard shit here. But you know what? I don't know. Maybe because I wasn't born in that space. You know, all these people they've been in lacrosse clubs with each other. Most of these people on the left and the right used to go to school with each other. Some of them got fucking babies with each other. Some of them were smashing each other. Caleb says, I'm pregnant too. That's why it's very important I'm going to say this is very important for the black man to remove the demonic voodoo dolls of the likes of Lil Baby, Da Baby, and Dirk. Why you had to get Drake out the way. Drake's last album is perfect for Charlie Kirk. I don't like it either. Rihanna's pregnant. I don't like that either. What if your plane drops out of the air? I said, what the fuck is Drake talking about? I went and looked that shit up. I found out that Rihanna had a Fear Heights. I said, you dirty Canadian nigga, you. I don't like it either. I do fuck with ASAP Rocky when he had his response to Drake on the track. What is it? Wow. It was on the Kid Cudi track. He said, go get a man, Drake. Y'all know what we talked about on Patreon, right? Y'all know what we talked about on Patreon, right? Told you guys. See, media is all about magic and manipulation. It'd actually have you believe in some of your favorite rappers are not bisexual. Bro, why are they going so hard on the women? Whole album, fuck bitch, can't stand them. Fuck with me, fuck bitch, administration, fuck with me. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. At one point in time, I had to stop listening to Beanie Siegel. I was like, bro, y'all know Beanie Siegel when it comes to him and men, there's some very nasty lyrics. Go ahead, lift your skirts, cause I'm fucking you. What? Man, you gonna keep saying this type of shit, these type of metaphors for the next 7 minutes on this song? I don't like it either. They all like, I'm gonna show y'all another Richard Spencer. Did y'all see Richard Spencer? Let me see in my B-roll here. Let me put this up here on the screen for y'all to see. His raggedy ass is somewhere in the B-roll. It's gonna be towards the end. Richard Spencer is the one that got punched. He was a part of the alt-right. He got punched in the face. And I'm telling you all, pay attention. It's right in front of you. It's right in front of you. Look at these beautiful black pilots. Black people mind their business. Now, black people mind other black people's business. That's probably our biggest issue at times. Sometimes we're too nosy with each other. But black people as a collective, they're not performing genocidal tasks on anyone or any other people else. Black people mind their business. I'm going to put some more positive images on the screen for y'all because it's going to help you all psychologically. and unconsciously as well. Let me get
I don't like it either off the screen.
I told you guys stop following these weirdos. Years ago when I talked about the rapier, and some of my brothers and sisters, particularly the black brothers, they've grown. Some of them have grown. But Prince, you gotta understand, they're talking about women. I says, you like women, right? Yeah. They don't. Huh? No, man, that's not true. Let me go back over there. Oh, shit. He did say some weird, Prince. He said if it was up to him, men would be on the planet, and if he could find a way for men to reproduce, they could together. Oh, shit. Told you, nigga. Now, join our Patreon. That's what this is about. That is what this is about. You cannot show me nothing, and you hate your women. I'll say that again. Don't approach me as a man and I see that you hate your women. There's nothing you can show me at that point. Because if you're doing that to her, what the fuck you gonna do to me? Shit, I ain't nobody. She got the baby making equipment over there. She didn't join y'all movement. She didn't help renovate the home. Shit, she didn't even got in the workforce when y'all went off to war. And you said, fuck that bitch. Black man, let's join together. Hell no. Hell no. Y'all crazy. I done seen y'all done chewed up that white woman. Y'all done put her in sticky traps. They you know what, at one point they were just doing, them motherfuckers got so bored over there in Europe. They just start skinning women for no reason like they were apples. Oh, brother, what are you going to do? I am going to skin the bitch next door. And then they come over, they hobble over to you. Black man, let's look past color. Shit. Y'all were killing so many women over there, it fucked up your population. And the reason why, listen, I would like for a lot of the Karens, I don't say nothing to them, going over there, stay on your side of the track, okay? Don't mean we can't have mutual agreements just in general. White folks, whatever, people that are decent humans, that's a different story. But if we get into the ethno-state wars, if we're getting into culture wars, then let's get into it. I'm like Dave Chappelle, line them up. If you want a problem with me, then nigga, set them up. I said, Dave Chappelle, sit your drunk ass down. You drunk nigga. Stop it. A baby can push you over right now. Shut up. You can't fight nobody. Dave Chappelle's an alcoholic, y'all. That's just my personal opinion. That nigga's an alcoholic. Set him up, nigga. Yeah, they didn't set up there and barbecue they women for hundreds of years. These white ankles taste good. Give me a titty. They didn't put them women on spicks, rotated them, put them in spike contraptions that clamp shut, drowned them, took the bodies out the river, set them on fire. Witch! That's crazy. Then they gonna come over to you and say, let's look past colors. And here's the reason why there was a panic. For the moment that it looked like they had power, the first thing they did, they went after their women. Birth rates. This is what they do. Now they hating on the black pilots because the black pilots are having healthy families. Told you they just want to get in the way of your money. Look, let me tell you something about these boys, these white boys online that claim that they see past everything. Look, they had got through calling Isaiah Washington a dirty nigger for about 10 minutes in one of them spaces. And I heard Isaiah Washington's voice. He didn't even know what to say. All right. I mean, y'all gonna have to make y'all boundaries stronger. Y'all gonna have to make y'all boundaries stronger. All right. That's what you're gonna have to do. Says Mark Miller says, damn Prince, I heard that used to happen in India too. They used to set their women on fire. I'm telling you all. Yes. So you got to understand that there is something that goes on. You can say what you want to say. You can red pill it up all you want in the comment section. There's something historical about men and women, something triggering about the women's existence to men that they just go overboard. They act like gorillas. Burn the town! You know I like you. And look, I understand that you're married. But please, I long for you. Gwyneth. And no, I am loyal to my husband. I cannot look you in the eye. Witch! What do you mean there's a witch? She's a witch! She's a witch! No, that's not true. I am loyal to my husband. Hang the witch! It's crazy. It's crazy. It's a bunch of fear. It's a bunch of fear. And they're trying to sell you it. That's all it is. It's everything. America. Okay. How about this? America runs off of fear. It runs off of fear. It literally is a superpower. It's a superpower. America runs off of fear. It's a superpower. And a lot of people buy into it. A lot of people will buy into it. Yes. Yeah, America runs off of fear. America's vibranium is fear. So the far-right racists are using the notion of black pilots as a way to destabilize black economics. Think about what Candace Owens said. She's a weirdo. So Candace Owens is weird. And she's married to like a European royal racist. All right? But listen to what she said. She said that when she sees a black actor on the screen today, she says, when I was younger, I'd see Denzel. I think Denzel is one of my favorite black actors. Denzel is everybody's favorite black acting nigga. Stop it. Okay? Even Charlie Kirk liked Denzel Washington films. So she says, but now when I look at a black actor on the screen, I have to think DEI. And I was having a conversation with Sin last night. This is a time for the creatives to fight. You guys are going to have to fight. Y'all going to have to get some grit. You're going to have a backbone. You're going to have to stop crying and being overly serious online with people that don't take anything serious. Roast them, drive by, move the fuck on, put the gun up. That's it. Man, bam, what happened? Caught him coming out there 7-Eleven. Threw the shit in the back and kept driving. That was it. We done. The beef is over. The war is over. It's done. Got him and his brother. That's how you do it, right? You're going to have to get the backbone. Because what they are doing right now, they're coming after all of the creators, all of the creatives, all of the people that are innovators, all of the divergent thinkers. This is what they're doing. Richard Spencer didn't have no talent. Charles Murray doesn't have a talent. He don't have a gift. There's nothing brilliant about these men. Marjorie Taylor is not brilliant. She's a vacuum cleaner when she was on her knees. Now, for them over there, I don't know what them what that Sasquatch mouth game like. Must be strong. She's sitting up there. Outside of that, there is no brilliancy here. There's no brilliancy here. So what they're initiating, though, what they're introducing into the cultural hive space is a way to make black people unemployed and destabilize the constant occurring of black wealth. And when I say that, I'm not talking about where black wealth can be potentially, but ladies and gentlemen, there are black people that are really making money in this country. One of the industries would be those that are black pilots. So what are they going to do? They're going to go after black doctors next, right? Black lawyers, black directors, black surgeons. Well, hell, what about these fucking black cops? Is that DEI? Affirmative action, DEI. I'm kind of hearing some dog whistling territory. Charlie Kirk says he got something he wants to introduce about Martin Luther King. I says, let me guess. To rescind Martin Luther King's national holiday. That's what you're looking to do. Look, you got to understand, these are bizarre campaigns that these people run. I saw, excuse me, y'all. I saw that Mark Lamont Hill was doing a response, and I thought it was decent. I think Mark Lamont Hill is an educated brother. And a lot of his talking points concerning these individuals I do appreciate. But honestly, these people are too raggedy for that. They're too raggedy for that. And what their system is doing, they're refining an energy right now, if you pay attention to it. They're refining an energy. So, look, remember it was the whole Sheriff Arpaio up under Barack Obama, and they kept the Tea Party, then Trump comes out of that, and then they had Trump, but then they had the Richard Spencers, they had Milo Yiannopoulos, then there's Charles Murray makes his old resurgence. He's a grand old racist there, the bell curve theory that assisted in defunding a lot of black public schools and also contributes to the closing of black schools too, by the way. When at the time Don Lemon was on CNN and he had Nas, he was interviewing Nas, and they had 200 schools shut down in Chicago. You shut down all of these schools, where are the children gonna go, right? So children are in the streets. They interview Nas and they talk about all this other stuff except the policies politically that led up to these schools closing down, and how this is a part of a controlled demolition of America. Not the America in the sense of what a far righter says. They're treasonous. They're treasonous. It's treasonous. This is a slow coup that they're trying to incept, right? Or inept, better yet. But you see what they did to black cities, black towns, and look what they're trying to do when they're coming after black economics. You have black people online talking about reparations, and you have people like Charlie Kirk that are talking about black employment. We need to minimalize it. And what you're having is an elevated mind of little tyrants that want to aspire to dictator. Yeah, they admire Donald Trump, but they feel like if I was in that seat, I would really go hard. Again, on our Patreon, we interviewed the likes of Dr. Scott. Dr. Scott was the black pastor you all saw that was over there praying with Donald Trump. And Dr. Scott broke down exactly what goes on over there. In fact, Dr. Scott calls out Charlie Kirk, and he says, Dr. Scott says on our conversation we have with him on our Patreon, he says one of the reasons why he's not over there, to be honest with you, is because, look, he says it's racism over there. It's the Klansmen. He said they're just fucking Klansmen over there. That's what they want to focus on. KKK shit, neo-Nazi shit, Aryan Brotherhood shit. He says that's what they want to focus on, and that's where they want to take it. They feel that there are too many free expressing blacks right now. I'll say that again. They feel that there are too many free expressing blacks right now. So for all of you black artists, for all of you black coders that are even having classes online, oh, they hate that shit. And this I can't believe this black bastard is teaching other black bastards That's what they hate. They hate that shit. All of the black only fanners. Come on now, let's be real about that. Even though they're subscribed over there. This country, as far as these people that are claiming these ethno status wars, they're liars. They're liars. They're liars. They can say, I hate black people all day, every day. When they go to these sex parties, the first worker they're looking for is someone black. Marjorie Taylor, it's all the same energy. You know how many times I done ran into a racist, confused white woman that's tried to smash in Georgia when I was a teenager or older teenage boy? This is some confusing shit. Ma'am, get away from me. You've seen that before. How many times you seen it? In fact, they got a scene in the classic film Heat that stars Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. It's one of my favorite films. It's a classic film, by the way. There's a scene in there where one of the lower guys, because they perform a heist, Robert De Niro's crew performs a heist, but he's got like a couple raggedy, sketchy people that just got out of prison that are part of his crew. And one of them is this white man. He's a tall white man. He looks like the comic book character Wendigo. And so, he sequesters the help and the assistance of a black woman that was at the bar. They have a little bit of a one-night stand that goes on, right? And, they do their thing. And then, so they cut to the scene where they're just talking. And when he gets up or takes his shirt off, I believe, he has a swastika on his chest. And then, of course, in the scene, of course, he kills the black woman. You can't have a movie without brutally killing a black person on the screen, right? But there's all of that type of confusion. That's why I said America's mascot is an asshole. America's mascot is an asshole. Think about it. It's an asshole to be out here all day talking about how much you hate black people. But then if people go look up your porn history, what are we looking at? Ebony Section, Ebony BBW, BBCs. I mean, look what's going on over there with Adam 22. Adam 22, my personal opinion, he's another one. My personal opinion. Now, I haven't seen him out here on his Charlie Kirk stuff. He goes the other way. But Adam 22 is clearly into black men. Clearly into black men. Every time I see clips of Adam 22, he is discussing a black man's member somewhere. They recently just was talking about DJ Academics. This is what they had. They had the conversation claiming how small it is. And they were having a very deep Charlie Rose conversation about the size of DJ Academics' member. I said, see, this is what I'm talking about, though. You guys are weirdos. They just got on Wiz Khalifa because he gave his homeboy a shotgun blast when smoking weed. And they said, oh, man, that's gay. It looks gay. That's so gay. Oh, my God. Wiz Khalifa's gay. Well, he's a West Coast hippie, I mean, I personally don't want a man blowing weed in my mouth. That's not my thing, But I've seen people do those shotgun blasts to each other all the time. Not my thing. Just pass me the blunt. Matter of fact, I'll roll my own shit up. I'll roll my own shit because I don't want you to spit on there because I got OCD about that type of stuff from other people, But these guys are liars. It's an asshole move to pull all of this stuff. You don't really want anything. Some of these racists that I see online and they're crying about white folks, white this and white that, I remember not too long ago, they were crying when they saw the trailer for the Wakanda movie. I mean, I saw so many white racists, just tears. They missed Chadwick Boseman. Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, whether it's Steven Crowder was going to handle black America, but he couldn't handle his pregnant wife. Got his ass, exposed his ass, so much so Steven Crowder can't even function right now. I says, and you, sir, go find you a black husband yourself. Because a lot of times they're so overly attached and obsessed with black people because they're attracted to them. They're attracted to them. If you go online and you look at the Southern Poverty Law website, you'll come to find that most, if not all of the hate groups are situated around black cities where a bulk of black populations are. Now, that's crazy. That's crazy. I remember being in middle school. It was just crazy that the Crips were right next door to the Bloods, living on the opposite street. I said, that's crazy. Whoop, whoop, yeet, yeet. Yeah, put that fuck through. When I see them niggas, it's gonna be on. I said, what are you talking about? You're gonna see them at the same grocery store. The nigga we just gonna have to fucking shoot. That's crazy. If we can understand that Crips living one street over from the Bloods is crazy and psychotic at best, now how can we not call it out that this is obsessive? It is obsessive. It is crazy for you to hate black people and come to social media. That is bizarre. And what they're trying to do is a controlled demolition of American economy. The American opportunity, better yet. We're not going to talk about the pie in the sky, manifest destiny version of Thomas Jefferson and all these other great white men. I'm going to be saying this. I'm talking about them looking to try to cheat you out of your economic opportunity. Your ability to commodify yourself in this economy. Your ability to commodify your skills. To provide labor. To be of value. To be able to walk into your new home. To pull up in your new car. They want to take away the ability for you to even have the new car or experience the new car smell. Ain't that some cold-blooded shit? Ain't that some crazy shit? That's what the real evil is. They're looking to take away your economic opportunity, your opportunity to aspire to a place of higher desire. This is some crazy shit. This is some crazy shit, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let them have you out here believing this bullshit. That's right, from the beginning, sincere ignorance and Brent Solomon, we stood with that whole situation concerning Monique. We talked about that. There's nothing she's doing wrong. That's what America does. I have a valuable skill. I have a valuable set. I provide. CX99 said inverse DEI. It is demonic. And again, speaking of demonic, Be More broke it down on Patreon about what demonic actually means, and the act of what they're doing is demonic. They are literally looking to break away black people from any form of monetization. We talk about this on our Patreon. Now, here on Thought Crimes channel, ladies and gentlemen, y'all didn't hear us go all out of the way and call people out of their name, right? No. You didn't hear us say that when it comes to different groups and this, that, and third. We've mostly had to focus on pretty much things we enjoy within our black culture, but politics, and that's it. I don't care about chasing any other group down. I don't care about that. So what they're looking to do is perform demonic witchcraft. What they're struggling to do is witchcraft. Even their Pepe frog. How it ties back to Kemet. When you're talking about the dynasties of Kemet, especially the early to middle dynasties, the middle period, still black. That's witchcraft. Taking what was of good and pure intention and trying to use it for something nefarious. That's all they're looking to do. So they're not really focused on much of anything else other to try to consolidate the economic real estate market. That's it. They want to move you out the way. That's why I called Noriega a clown, a slobbermouth clown when he had Kanye West on. He removed his interview now. Kanye goes on to Piers Morgan. He goes on to Chris Cuomo. He goes on to several other platforms that were non-black. They kept their stuff up. Meanwhile, Noriega was handpicked in the so-called rap hip-hop community to remove the interview when it started doing them Shannon Sharp, Cat Williams numbers. Then, after being advised by Two-Tone to remove the interview with Kanye West again that was doing them Shannon Sharp, Cat Williams numbers early on, but they clipped it, just recently, the Meth Head Club had Piers Morgan on the damn show. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this up. Unfortunately, Noriega's so damn slow and so much of an alcoholic, he didn't even catch the hook. Like Cool Breeze, don't fall for the hook or watch for the hook. That's crazy, ladies and gentlemen. But that's called competition. So this talk about DEI, affirmative action, and woke and wake, and these are all coded words for saying we're competing, but we're going to compete in a different way. That's all this is about. So they've used this for time and time again, and I'll use that example one more time. Noriega had Kanye West on his show. Kanye West was going to probably, before even Cat Williams, Noriega was probably going to get his 40 to 50 million view interview because it's Kanye West. Kanye West globally has a huge reach. So if Kanye West went on there and he's cutting up, he's saying all these names, he's literally kind of doing the same style as far as what went on with Cat Williams, but he's just targeting different people, and he's crazier, much crazier, and more all over the place, right? But they tell him to cut the interview. Two-Tone, cut the interview. He's up there. Noriega is talking to Rosenberg. Rosenberg is competing with new media. I think that's right. I removed the interview. He removes the interview. Kanye West goes on to Piers Morgan. So what did you say those things? I don't know. Thank you. Have a nice day. Then Piers Morgan was recently on the Meth Head Club. You cannot make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. So these boys, these man boys, they don't want nothing else but to try to consolidate the economy for themselves. Look at the Ali Alexander boy that was over there with the Proud Boys, the black nigga with the slick back hair. Now he went over there and this the woke agenda and this, that, and third, and he was the only one that a lawyer was not provided for him. I said, oh, bless your little African American heart. Look at you. Look at you being discriminated against, but you can't say it because you said it doesn't exist. They got another little guy. What's his name? Let me go to this other guy. Dome Lecrae. Let me see if I can pull him up for you all. Because recently Elon Musk just demonetized him. Let me see if I can find this boy. Let's see if I can find him. Lecrae, Dome Lecrae. Elon Musk recently just demonetized him. And he was another one that was running around here talking about there's no form of racism and this, that, and the third. And there he is. Yeah. All right, let me go ahead and pull him up. Let's pull him up real quick, because he going through it right now too. Hey, all of y'all black niggas find out over there. I'm just being honest with you. Now he over there, and this man got a whole unk in his listen, he got unk beads in his hair. Yeah, he got unk beads in his hair. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think that was a real profile picture. I thought that was AI. Apparently it's his real thing. So he went and got demonetized. Let me see how many followers and people he got. Let's see. Let me go back up here. Yeah. This nigga got 1 million followers. So he had all of the Matt Walsh boys. He had all of the Charlie Kirk supporters. Because they always got one of these niggas over there, right? One of these niggas over there to try to tell us, like he's like OTEP Jesus 2.0. So he does all of this conspiracy theories and all this other stuff. So what the brother ended up doing, so he went in there and did the whole tunnel thing. Start talking about the Jews. And he does this right around the time when Elon Musk is going to have a meeting with Ben Shapiro and some powerful Jewish leaders. So you know what Elon did when he came back. Shit demonetized, man. Fuck are you talking about? Block hot right now. You and your B2K eyebrows, I'm gonna have to sit you down. The block hot right now. So Elon set this nigga down. Demonetized. Now there's some other boys, I personally feel they're spewing a lot worse garbage. They're not demonetized. But come on, black nigga, you demonetized. Right? Say, nigga, I'm gonna get your ass. Sit your ass down and cut that shit off. Right? So he's going back and forth with some of the favorites on X. Right? See? He's got his issues with Ben Shapiro. Look, he got Ben Shapiro in blackface. Right? Some stupid shit. So guess what they started doing? Well, why he going back and forth with them? They start calling him nigger. He made a post about it. He made a whole post about it. You see what type of stuff he on, right? Look what he's saying. Now, Elon Musk just went and had a meeting with Ben Shapiro and some Jewish priests. Elon Musk, on top of that, got to keep that money going. Because I'm going to tell you, these people aren't as powerful as you think they are. So Elon Musk said, man, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Right? So now Dome is online. They calling him all types of names. They mimic him. They making fun of him. They say, oh, you crying. You got demonetized. You got demonetized. And I went into the comment section. They are calling him all types of black crickets this and moon crickets that. They are going in on him. Okay, let's see here. Oh, here's the post. Let's see. All right, let me see if I can find it. So apparently he's going back and forth with some guy named Ian Miles Chong. The guy says sarcasm is hard for Demonic McGee. Perfectly understandable for someone with a low IQ and poor impulse control. Now, Dome had at the time, he's saying this Malaysian weirdo really is mad I cussed out a man who openly admitted to being a racist. Well, why are you talking about who's a racist? Y'all rolling with Rush like EPMD. No, let me take that back. My bad. I'll put this out there. Like Eric B. and Rakim. Right? So this is what happens too for you black boys when y'all go over there. This is going to be what happens to you. So he says the Malaysian weirdo really is mad I cussed out a man who openly admitted to being a racist that has called me a nigger since the summer of 2022. You see that? So, look. But you're over there with the Charlie Kirk boys. They don't fuck with you. They don't. It's just that type of game. And we talk more about this again on our Patreon. Y'all can give it on Patreon. We're going to be having another one coming up soon. So I'm going to make the post about it for you guys to check it out and get ready for it. We're going to also, I'm working on some podcasts right now that we're going to be uploaded to our exclusive podcast that we put on Patreon. And we're going to be getting further into some of the things that we talked about. Yes, the Diddy thing is one thing. We talk about it. Everybody's talking about it. Right now, they're trying to find a way to reintroduce him back into social media. That's why they're kind of running these mock trials concerning Diddy. You know, because unlike Diddy's not going to be able to stay away like Russell Simmons. Diddy likes being in front of the camera. He likes being in the mix. Diddy's not going to, he's different from Russell Simmons. All right. All right. So our Patreon, you guys can get over there. As you know, for those people that are like, oh man, how can I do the super chat? Because again, people try to say they do super chat. The channel is demonetized, but you won't hear us crying about it like Dome. We just keep it moving. We got to keep it moving. I don't know why. Look, we went out there talking about a bunch of different groups crazy. Have no idea. Again, you got industry hitters too. We have had people that have talked to us behind the scenes about folks that are over or that had access to aspects of YouTube. You even saw it with what was it? Who was beefing? It was like, what was it? Armand Wiggins and Jason Lee were going at it, and Jason Lee, they alleged that he was doing J. Edgar Hoover stuff that he was doing. So listen, there's a lot of stuff that takes place. Look at somebody like Dome. Shit, he picked the wrong time to start talking about that. Bro, Elon Musk is in Israel. Hey, you should know something when you see Kanye West over here doing all these weird little walking on eggshell drops here and there. Right. Because Kanye West is supposed to have a 3-month run. Because he's supposed to be doing like this trilogy thing with this album. He's releasing one in January, February, and March. So we go further, we dive deeper into the Patreon as well, so you can check it out. We also have some material that we just uploaded recently. We did one concerning Alexis Arquette. Alexis Arquette, and of course, her death. And we also, in the same one, we talked about how that also ties into the likes of Will and Jada, and then we highlight what went on in that era at that particular time. We did a lot of research, and we do take our time when we're putting the podcast together, so we want to make sure you guys are enjoying it. And then we had another one up. Oh, that was the other one we had up about Cat Williams and the Dave Chappelle dynamic. And Sin and I, we go further, we break it down about what is happening, what we see, and Dave Chappelle and Cat Williams, what does that mean exactly? And we always kind of have this independent versus the state energy everywhere. This energy, it goes, this yin and yang energy is everywhere. So again, sign up to the Patreon. For the esoteric tier, you guys can select a tier for that one. For the other tiers that include the podcast, and then we're working on animations right now too. B More says, not gonna lie, catch chart with Dave and Chris Rock. Oh yeah, she said she did look at Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock's chart and Cat Williams' chart synergistically. And I'm gonna be honest with you, when she showed me and talked about, man, it was war from the start. Like they were kind of like, it was always like the swords were always around. All right. So I just wanted to go ahead and break that down. Sin is getting better, so I appreciate you guys and all the well wishes and everything. So she's feeling better. She just has she just been having to rest a little bit. But both of us will definitely be back, and you guys will be on the lookout in the community section. You'll be on the lookout in the community section when we make our posts. And we'll let you guys know ahead of time. And then we're going to give you guys an earlier update, because sometimes we might end up going live a little quicker, so sometimes people don't get a chance. That's why sometimes y'all see like 900 or 1100 people in the chat, and then you'll see 2. Sometimes when you just jump on and you try to go live immediately, sometimes it takes a minute for people like, oh man, I didn't know y'all was going live. That's why you see, like, look at Don Gatto. What it do, TC? People coming in late. Oh man, yo man, how long y'all been on? Oh shit, an hour and 57 minutes. Yeah, man, we about to be on for the next 3 minutes. Oh man, damn. All right, but no, that's the real game here. It is, yes, there's all this extermination shit, genocide. That is one part of it, but a part of genocide is attacking the economics of a people. And people, for whatever reason, when they start mentioning genocide, they always take the economics out of the conversation. This is why let me take the music off. I want to say this. This is why when Jonathan Majors was truly getting canceled, because the only people that really get canceled in the country by the people a lot of times can be black folks. Unless someone makes a public allegiance with their black people, their black brothers and sisters, you will always get washed. Okay? They can never cancel Denzel Washington. And black people, there's too. First of all, it's too many grandmamas with new wigs that fuck with Denzel Washington. So you got to go back to people's grandmothers. It's not happening. But if you get out there on some unsure, like, kind of threw you under the bus type stuff, yeah. So the only way you truly, though, can get canceled in the industry, and this is what the punk asses don't want to talk about, is by the executives, by the studios. Denzel Washington, look how he got canceled. Not Denzel, but Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors got canceled by the studios. Jonathan Majors did not get canceled by the American people. He got canceled by the studios. That's the only way you can really get canceled, is by the studios. All right? But did you notice, though? The boys really went to war and they fought for cokehead, bloated face Johnny Depp. Had a whole conversation. They went on a smear campaign against Amber Heard on the behalf of Johnny Depp. The YouTubers, the guys on YouTube, all of them, even the nicer ones, they all went to bat for Johnny Depp. And there's no way that he's done this. I know Johnny. I watched Edward Scissorhand. She's a whore. It's all right, whatever. I mean, I wouldn't go that far to defending a celebrity. I don't know them. And I can't put my name on anything because I don't know what you do all day. If I go out on a limb for you and they like, whoop, a baby fell out the closet. Now what that make me look like? But you notice when Jonathan Majors, when the major crucifixion started to take place, notice now the men that mess with that whole Dome Lecrae, Elon Musk, Charlie Kirk, Fortnite space, they mess with all of that stuff, and their red pillars, they was messing with Fresh and Fit, all of them guys. Did you notice not one of them stood up for Jonathan Majors? None of them did. Jonathan Majors, they literally plucked him from the multiverse. He had a brilliant performance. Bloated face Johnny Depp and gave you a fire performance in 10 years. Jonathan Majors, the new nigga coming in the game, woof, 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 from behind the arc. Woof, 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 hit another one. Damn, Jonathan. Woof, woof, hit another one. Damn, man, that's so crazy. And they was like, damn, man, he's so good. He should play Dennis Rodman. He said, I'm already on it from behind the arc. Jonathan Majors, as far as a thespian goes, is a brilliant, way above average talent. They slid him so much out the frame, the white boy said, oh, well, that's crazy that happened. Oh, well, that's wild. I can't believe that happened. That's what they said. I can't believe that happened. That was it. No outrage, no protests. There has been no other actor in the MCU that had given you that level of performance like Jonathan Majors. When he was doing Kang and he was talking to himself in the corner over here, and another Kang was smoking a crack pipe. Another Kang was selling him the crack. Another Kang was over there rolling dice. Another Kang was playing the violin. He was doing all of that Denzel Washington shit he did in Hurricane Carter with the jail scene. I said, damn, this boy's good. And he just came off the back of Creed 3. You thought you would get more resistant. But you know what you heard from the influencers online?
look, I don't know if he did it or not. I don't know. Amber Rose and Johnny Depp were both toxic. There's multiple people that reported both of them slapping the shit out of each other. They made it like they turned Johnny Depp into a hurt white woman. They defended him so hard, and she just kept beating him. I thought he was going to lose the baby. They fought in campaign. Jonathan Majors, it comes out. Then we see that there's corruptible evidence. We saw that there was a corrupt system. We clearly saw biases, bigotry, a prejudice system. The woman got a chance to she had the charges dropped against her. She fled. They said stay in New York. She left. Jonathan Majors, they got him up out of here. That's true cancellation. Amber Heard, Amber Rose, they all got the same blonde haircut. But you saw they got him up out of here. And I didn't see, not even from the black red pillars, I didn't see it from the black alpha men. I didn't see none of them talk about that white woman, though. Shit, man. Melissa Ford says some goofy shit one time about Cameron. They still ain't let up off her ass. Whole white woman then helped evict a nigga out of his whole career. And them niggas ain't said nothing. Come on, man. You know they still got to have their white bays, their white only fan base. Come on, Prince. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I mean, it's fucked up what happened to JM, but hey, man, you know, you can't knock the snow bunny shot, man. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? You can't. I mean, I get it, though. I get it, Prince. I understand, dog. You know I fuck with you, dog, what you saying, man, but I get it, though. I ain't heard none of them. The alpha men, I didn't hear none of them talk about the blonde bombshells. I didn't hear none of that. Man, let that girl be the color of Melissa Ford. Don't let her be the color of Juju. Shit, some of y'all might actually go out and kill some women. You ruined everything. Yeah, Jonathan Majors got canceled. Who's the other one? What's his name? Nate Parker was doing some weird shit. And you know, we said at the time that he should go on some type of HBCU tour. He should talk to some people. And they were like, no. I said, well, I mean, nigga, he shouldn't really be talking like that in the public, acting like he don't give a fuck. Cause I'm like, dog, they gonna get you and your wide nose up out of here, nigga. No, I don't have to answer for anything. I don't have to communicate anything. I was like, well, the sisters want to know what's up. Now I don't have to say anything. I'm going to be here forever. Enter Jonathan Majors, H.P. Lovecraft, Creed 3, Kane. Nigga, y'all niggas are replaceable. They are sending you niggas on vacation across the nation. That's why I don't understand why you fight so hard to hurt your people in these spaces where you're expendable. Allegedly, Diddy may have participated in deleting one of the greatest rappers of all time. And he still get deleted later. Control, Alt, delete all you niggas. So that's why a lot of times when we're dealing in our own space, we do have to deal with our own first. We do. That's why I understand exactly what Cat Williams was doing. You want people to talk about all of this racism and ignore all of this black nepotism. All of this black nepotism. Got black people, they stealing shit from each other, bringing it to white folks, bringing it to other groups, bringing it to corporations, bringing it to networks. And talking about, yeah, or they cut off their day one. You and the homie wrote the script. You gonna go in there by yourself. Then not only you gonna go in there by yourself, you might get on your knees. Then now your homeboy got to be on Comedy Hype with his lawyer explaining what happened. It's crazy.
Dwight Dorsey says Captain Marvel in Disney Universe is lesbian. Newsflash for everybody. Comic book characters, a lot of comic book characters have always been gay, bisexual. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in the comic books. A lot of stuff that goes on. The question is, you have to ask these men that keep highlighting all of these queer communities. Look, I'm not talking about subverting a script to try to just to be a token. It's like, you write a bad script about slavery, just to say you wrote a script about slavery. You write a bad script about, a gay character just to say, look, we had queer characters in the film. That doesn't work. All right. And Tim Scott is a lesbian. All right, let's see here. I knew it. I always suspected Diddy. Yeah, when campaigning, you expand your base, is not abandon it. So be good to your community and then add other folks. Thank you, S. Carlton. They don't understand that. They don't understand that. They don't understand that. They're doing all of these weird things. All of these strange things, too, by the way. Just to let y'all know. So, they're not going to really come out and tell you what all of this is really about. Evangelical Christians. Have you heard about the rumors with Billy Graham? 700 Club, TBN, little boys, little girls, Boys Town. Allegedly, it ain't just TD Jakes. Allegedly, it ain't just Tyler Perry. They like to make us the mascots of debauchery actions, but it ain't just them. So, yeah, it does. It happens a lot. It happens a lot. But that's the love for that almighty demonic dollar, like B-More says. To remove or to break away. This is what she explains on our Patreon. Think about what you're doing. You break up your crew to chase the money. That was demonic. You all birth something together. You break up your crew. What up, Noon? You break up your crew to go chase the money. Nah, man, I'm gonna throw your wife under the bus, throw your husband under the bus, throw your boyfriend under the bus, throw your girlfriend under the bus, throw your homegirl, your day ones under the bus. I'm about to go get this money. That's it. That's why the whole thing of monetization is very interesting online. You're seeing a lot of people doing very strange things for some change. Strange things for some change. You get what I'm saying? Superstar Billy Graham. S. Carter says, also, I ain't got no issues with LGBT cousins. Just don't be anti-black or mess with kids and you're fine. And I think that should be applied to all of the population. And you're right, S. Carlton. I think that's for a lot of folks. Because look, there's a lot of people, they'll get on two men kissing, they'll get on two girls kissing, two women kissing, or whatever the case is, but, they ain't gonna say nothing about their favorite cousins messing with children. I've seen that shit too. I've seen that hugely. I have seen aunties, I've heard stories about aunties messing with girls, and the auntie, when you bring up somebody that's gay, like a gay man, they become a bigot. They become Tyrone Biggums. Gay? I hate them. I hate the gays. As I say, you see all these people on the far right, they're liars. They're liars. Shit. In fact, some of them people on the far right was at them Andrew Gilliam parties. It's a wrestling match. These people know each other. They go to the same dirty, dusty parties. They go do the same thing. They snort and coke from the same tray. Anyway, this has been wonderful. We will be back. Sin and I will be back again. I will let you all know when the next stream will be. We'll give you guys a heads up too, by the way, so you guys can have more time to get in, or at least set the notification on your devices. And we're gonna go ahead and just do what we need to do, y'all. But listen, when they talk about all of this DEI stuff, this is all dog whistling talk to go after black economics. They want to destabilize black people. They want to get in the way of black people making their money. We got to remember this is a K economy. And also there have been a lot of black people that took advantage. I want to keep in mind, there's a lot of people, if you look up the stat, that took advantage of their downtime during COVID. A lot of people became certified in cybersecurity. Think about it. You're soon going to hear them complain about black people in cybersecurity. IT. There's a lot of black people that got certified in these areas and these trades online. There's a lot of black people that went online, and just like everybody else, they went and found something where they can make money from home, or they can make money or more money online elsewhere. So you're having these issues right now, and you're seeing that. This is one of the reasons why the acquisition of Twitter happened. Remember, think about it. Let me put it together. A South African goes over to a social media where there is a cultural talking point of something called quote unquote black Twitter. So before I go, I'll say that again so you guys can get the point. A South African billionaire, on paper said billionaire. This is what they claim. A South African said billionaire purchases Twitter. People think, oh, what is he going to do with Twitter? No, he's purchasing information. The $44 billion was him to buy information. Information on everybody, including black people. Black Twitter. Black Twitter has driven so many trends, and it's canceled so many trends. Black people are still active on Twitter, but you notice it's not the thing anymore. It's not first alpha anymore. It's not something of that nature. Black people still have the way with the market because that's just what they do. They can go to any other social media platform, except black people meet and make it trend, right? But he purchases Twitter. He's consolidating information. Remember, this is all about centralization too. So you have people such as Charlie Kirk here and their fake version of thought crime, CIA. I tell y'all all the time, y'all got to watch out for them. I mean, I'm just saying allegedly. I don't know where Charlie Kirk got his money.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I don't know where he got his money from. I don't know. Sin showed it to me. I said, hey, that's what it looked like to me. But he purchases Twitter, or better yet, not him, because you got to remember the backers, the dark financiers. That is who purchased Twitter. These people wanted this information. You're right, Kid Gravity. $44 billion for doxing. All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Rockzilla. He says, y'all check out the Patreon. It's even better and more fiery than the regular streams. It is. We appreciate you so much for that. Thank you so much, player, man. As always. And Rockzilla been rocking with us for a minute. Keep it real. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's been rocking with us for a minute, so I appreciate it so much. All right. But I want you guys to understand this, and I'll put this in the chat too so y'all can find it. I want y'all to understand this too. What they're doing right now, you had this whole quote unquote democratization of media, right? And for better or worse, it is what it is. But a lot of people have been able to eat. A lot of people have been able to make their money. A lot of people have been able to sell wonderful things on Etsy. People have been able to do their thing on YouTube, Patreon, Instagram, the metaverse, and I even hear Snapchat. They say people are making money on Snapchat now, right? Once again, Elon Musk has a grander theory that I think he is more likely to accomplish than any of this other shit that he's looking to do. Elon Musk is a part of a cabal or a consortium that wants to deliver the first all-in-one app. Now, the race is between Elon Musk and Zuckerberg. Now, China does have an all-in-one app. We're not in China and we're not Chinese. This is in America right now. So Elon Musk, a part of him purchasing X, just like you see what goes on with the thing of X, SpaceX, X, and all this other stuff. He wants to incorporate this a part of an all-in-one app so you don't go anywhere else. Now, that is called centralization. That's what he wants to do. He wants to become a premier, prominent authority in media. People always want to control media somewhere. So when a lot of the idiots were saying, oh, this is great, he purchased Twitter, fantastic, yeah, he just showed the social justice warriors. So, all right, now you see where they thought he was going to go. So really what they really thought is that they had this South African said multi-billionaire. You can't believe nothing. You can't believe anything if they said Kanye West is worth $3 billion and then the next day or the next year, oh, he's worth nothing now. Oh, Diddy's worth the billionaire. He's the billionaire now. Okay, well, he's worth nothing now. I can't believe you all. This is some genie shit. This is some Inception shit. Whatever you say, it is what it is. So what they originally thought is that they was going to have phony Starks, like y'all said in the chat. They thought they was going to have phony Starks to launch off and go after Jews and blacks and Mexicans, and they were going to get behind him, and he was going to give them money so they all can be their own different multiple versions of Steven Crowder's. You know, Steven Crowder was supposed to be like Kang, right? There's going to be a bunch of multiverse versions of Steven Crowder's. There's Charlie Kirk, there's Richard Spencer. There's so many different variations of the Steven Crowder energy. Then they saw him go sit down with Ben Shapiro. And they're quiet. On X, some of them are overtly complaining, but most of them are just kind of quiet right now. What's going on? I thought he was with us. No, it is. This is what Elon Musk does. You had to have a level of savagery to even exist at a certain level. So I can tell people all the time, when you think about a celebrity, when they look at Beyonce, you know, when they look at Jay-Z, or when they look at someone that they review, it don't matter who you think. You can be looking at Julia Roberts. You had to have some level of savagery and cold-heartedness to exist at that particular tier. You cannot be a softie and get there. When I look at Will Smith, I see a savage. Hey, you might laugh at his raps, but that motherfucker, that's a savage. That nigga's a savage. One of the more overtly, culturally, personality manipulating people I've ever seen in my life. I have not even seen a politician that can manipulate as well as Will Smith. Obama can't run with manipulating the level of Will Smith. Will Smith slapped the shit out of a man. Not only that, a man that was literally disarmed. He slapped the shit out of a man that was built like a Baton Rouge lesbian. Then got on stage. Remember, Will knows how to cry on command. Got on stage and cried on command and said, I am defending my family. And people said, that is right. I said, whew, motherfucker's pimp game is too strong. So I said, Brother Bilal, you better tell your shit real quick, because I don't know how many snipers they got. Player. You better tell your shit early. You better sell them beats, Brother Bilal. Because I'm telling you, Will Smith, not so much Jada. Jada doesn't really have any charm, especially at this stage. She had some before, but not at this stage. But I'm telling you, Will Smith is a dangerous nigga when it comes to the level of manipulation. Psychological manipulating too. I think people severely understate how much of a manipulator Will Smith is. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. He's a very dangerous nigga. I would definitely watch that big ear nigga. That is a very dangerous nigga. I saw that man slap the shit out of a man that had nothing on him. I'm just telling you. Yeah, you're right. I'm telling you, shit. None of you niggas out there y'all can't pull that shit off. Y'all cannot pull that shit off. Will Smith is I don't know what. Well, B More ran his code before. She did tell me about it. What you got, like a Gemini rising and a Libra sun, and the house placements. Shh, please get out of here. That's why Jada been able to survive, because this nigga here. The day Will Smith is gone, that's it. Jada can't come outside for nothing. She can't come outside for nothing. You know, look how people were saying it with Will Smith. Will Smith is the victim. Will Smith, I bet Jada, every time they have sex, she tells Will, you say Tupac's name. I said, shit, man, please. I better pay attention to what Will doing, nigga. But anyway, these individuals, this is what they're looking to do. This has nothing to do about what they're trying to say it is. This is all about consolidating the economic market. You got Elon Musk on Twitter looking to assist in the consolidation of the market, the digital market space, the free-forming digital market space, where black creators have been able to thrive, and other groups as well. America has other groups of people here. You have to get over that. That's what it is. These boys are living in a fantasy. They're living in a World of Warcraft fantasy. Is what their reality is doesn't exist. So this is what they're doing. Now, on the flip side, the other side of the coin is that you have Mark Zuckerberg and you have the metaverse. You know, now Mark Zuckerberg is he's not interested in participating in some of the antics that Elon Musk wants to do. If I recall with B More, I don't think Mark Zuckerberg is a Mercury principle sun zodiac. I don't know, I can't remember, but you know, Elon Musk is. So he's into all of the tricksters and the games, and that's why honestly the boys online who got that, a lot of these white boys got father issues too. Keep that in mind. Don't let them antagonize the black community, act like black people are the only ones that have dynamics with their mothers and fathers. The whole United States, everybody across the board has issues with their mothers and fathers across the world. People, mothers and fathers have not been getting along with their children since the beginning of time. Okay, Cain and Abel, right? Parent come back, one son dead. What happened? All right. So what they're doing is they were looking to have Elon Musk to be their racist champion. That's what they were looking to do. Have Elon Musk to be their racist champion. Now, where Elon Musk will feel comfortable shooting up the block, if people online and on YouTube allow it, is of course they're going to shoot in black people's direction. Of course, that's the first thing they like to do, is come after black people. Again, as you see with the CIA-sponsored version of Thought Crimes over there with Charlie Kirk, a.k.a. Dogface, a dog-headed bitch that he is. Listen, this is what they're looking to do, all right? And a part of this is also an all-in-one app that he's claiming he's looking to get to for all-in-one app. So they're trying to slow down progress. So that's why they're trying to go after the black pilots. As I played the clips earlier, America has a shortage of pilots. And yes, a lot of black people are getting in line to become American pilots, you know, so they can do commercial flight. They can do military flight as well. So you're seeing that. And this DEI, you know, language is it's all people talking about it in hospitals, this, that, and the third. So I'll leave it on that note. I appreciate you guys so much. You all are very wonderful. Again, Sin and I will be back for the next stream. All right. Side note. We're still going to be talking about, when I said when we was talking about the removal of Janet Jackson. That is still coming because people are asking, hey, when you guys going to do that? We're doing it. Sin and I both are going to be doing that stream, okay? We're both going to be up and ready to do that stream. We're doing some additional research right now. You can get over to our Patreon. We do have some other material up there. I don't know. We all have just been on, like, I think 4 or 5 runs of content, and then I think 2 of the streams were about 3 hours. So there's a lot of stuff over there. Sin and I are working on some animations right now, and you know, we're going to be uploading some on, we'll let you guys know when. We'll just let you guys know when, okay? But we appreciate you so much. This stream will stay up. I'm not taking the stream down. So if you guys want to, you know, use it to listen to when you're at work or whatever the case, or while some of you all are artists. We have a lot of artists in the chat too, by the way. And we have a lot of students. Some of you all listen to us. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Don't mean that we're still not going to do the stream, though. That's good that she apologized. Yeah. Tina knows that's some raggedy gossiping negative Nancy Church hood nigga shenanigan shit she was doing. Come on now. And I told you, I mean, if you grew up in the neighborhoods I grew up, I mean, you see why them women them age was fighting each other by the mailbox. I can't believe, man, they were fighting, man. Them older ladies. I said, hey, man, look, I heard what the homegirl was saying about the other. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know, I was just trying to go get my check out the man. That's it, you know. So, love you all so much. We appreciate you all. And we have lots of content that we just uploaded recently on Patreon. I think we got 2 streams that are esoteric streams. B More is going off in those streams too, by the way. She did a fantastic job. Be More, if they want to reach out to you for consultation, put your number in the chat, babe. Right. Yeah, so, you know, I think, I don't know, I probably got together, I think both of the streams might be 6 hours. You know, so y'all get over there if y'all want to, you know, listen. It's worth it. You know, the first one we talked about was Young Dolph. In that one, we covered what went on with the tunnels. We didn't do it in the same way as this nigga Dome did. We did it in a different way. But we did talk about the tunnels of New York. B More talked about the transits around that time. And then we did cover Young Dolph. We covered the Big Juke situation as well. All right. We did talk about that. Yo Gotti's brother. And look, I'm gonna tell you this too. My other cultural opinion about it. I don't think. Look, I know people online, they celebrating Sly for Dolph, Sly for this, that, and third. But bro, y'all gotta understand that man's cousin's still moving around out there. Key Glock. You know. And I'm gonna tell you something. Even if he went to go chill in Atlanta ain't that far from Memphis. You know, I done seen a lot of boys come to the A, get busy, and go right back to St. Louis or go right back to Chicago. All right, so, you know, look, I think that's an unfortunate situation, but, you know, B More did cover the, not only astrological transits, but she also covered the mythology behind the astrology of the transits. And some of the people were very surprised. They was like, wow, that's crazy. You know, so you have to kind of, you know, pay attention to these things. But unfortunately, they've dumbed us down in so many more ways than one. You know, to the Christians, you know, the devout Christians, you know, it's not my job to knock them. But, you know, like Sin stated in the clip, in fact, let me see if I can roll the little clip here, because Sin did a wonderful job as well, because she was talking on our last stream. And, you know, there's a lot of people that say, well, I'm not into the astrology. I'm not into, you know, this, that, third. You go through the Bible, if you read the stories, and if you read the stories yourself, and don't sit up there and let it just be about the pastor reading it, you'll see that there's astrology all through the Bible. It's there, even starting with the birth of Jesus. All right. And even in some venerations, they tell you that it is the tale of astrology. You know, look at what King Solomon was dealing with. You know, he's summoning demons to build temples. Like, what are we talking about? Oh no, I don't believe in none of that. That's cool, but realistically, shawty, your man Solomon was summoning demons to build temples. I'll say that again. He was summoning demons. He was having conversations. Solomon was going so crazy with it. Solomon was over there having tea with the demons. Oh, so tell me about your culture. Well, I am the demon of darkness. You know, what exactly that you do? Would you like any more tea? I don't touch that. You know, and they would kind of get out of line. He would just bind them up a little tighter. You know, and some of the demons was telling them, like, Solomon, bro, we talk about you. We gonna get you. Solomon pointing a ring at them like Hal Jordan. He said, all right, whatever. And he'll send them back to where they came from. And every time towards the end, before he finally got in trouble, towards the end, demons were coming like, bro, they really talking about fucking you up. I got this ring. Ain't nobody fucking me up, bro. I'm blessed by God. My father David, man, get the fuck out. Cast you back to hell, demon. Solomon was tripping. So some of the people, they're like, well, I don't want to talk about that. I'm like, bro, if you read about the Bible, if you read about Solomon, they were already getting busy. So just to let that be known, but B More does a fantastic job. She breaks a lot of that down. In fact, B More, do you want to inform them a little bit about some of the stuff you talked about? Look at B More. Anyway, yeah, it was funny. What? Am I on trial?
Okay, hey y'all. So we did the stream a few days ago. I did say I was going to look at the charts for the election coming up in November. So I will look through that in these next coming weeks to see what's going to pop off with that. But honestly we talked about Kamala's chart being quite vicious, and I know people think she just get high all day and she's an airhead, but that is a she-devil. Y'all don't want to be messing with her. She just have very wild energy, and I see why her and Hillary run together. No offense, they both got something crazy, and then Hillary like a whole evil genius, like in her chart. It's very like dark, but smart.
Like King Solomon.
Trump got something coming, probably starting tomorrow into the next coming 2 weeks up until the 9th, where some type of gossip is going to slide about him, or something with like a chemical substance or like drug or sickness will come out in like the next 2 weeks. And it could be centered around family, controlling family dynamics, the public, leadership. It could deal with his children or like lovers or romance or something like that, or some type of personality thing. It's just going to just slide out. Starting tomorrow is kind of open to it. We talked about how their charts synergize together, like with Biden, Trump's, Kamala's, and even funny looking Tim Scott. And I really wish the FBI would drop Tim Scott dated time of birth. Just let that slide out for me real quick, and I will have no complaints. Because I actually want to see really what's going on. I briefly touched on Tulsi Gabbard's chart. Honestly, even though she's a Capricorn sun with a Pisces moon, it's kind of like a Capricorn with no teeth, or like kind of directionalist. It's kind of weird. But I understand why he was going to pick her, because she has certain things that he would be into based off of Kamala's chart, because Kamala has what is called like Amazonian stars, like female warrior chart. So she definitely, like when they call her Killer Cam, it was very spot on, because she has some constellations that make her like a female warrior in a sense. Like she's very, very, very intense placements.
All right, great job. So again, she does a fantastic job of breaking everything down. Thank you, BMO babe. And look, I'm going to just run this clip real quick so y'all can hear a little bit what was discussed on the recent one. And this part is Sin speaking here as well.
Like King Solomon, the fables is, just to get it started, if you're a Christian, don't feel bad about listening to stuff. You should hear this, because when they talk about King Solomon, what did they say? The Solomon seals. What did he do with them? He controlled the lower forces. I control the lower forces, and the higher forces protect me, right? Before he made the bad decision to fall away from God, right? The Christians tell. He was literally summoning and controlling demons. So when we're talking about demonic energy in your chart, like what B More is breaking down, what Prince is breaking down, sometimes it can be helpful. For some people, let's say they're supposed to use demonic energy to help people. Think of Daredevil. Does Daredevil in the comic book use the demonic powers he have for evil? No. He used it for good. He sacrificed people. He's a pro bono lawyer during the day. He shows his compassion and his love for humanity.
You sure he's not Benjamin Crump?
Benjamin Crump is Daredevil in real life. And at night, he break bones. Now, he won't go as far as killing people, because that is, where it is going overboard for him. But Daredevil will break some bones up and will make you suffer and feel pain at night if you're a scumbag that get away with your, or try to get away with your crime. So you have a lot of people that fall in that category. Like B More said, some people don't get hyped up and think, oh, because I got demonic powers, I can do evil. No. some of those people, a lot of people who have demonic powers, if they use it for evil, they actually get deleted. Or, what B More said, there's some form of a little bit of deviancy where you may be able to get away with stuff. Look at the Punisher. I mean, deleting people and just being that reckless, because he do be reckless. Like, there's once in a while he has killed innocent people, but he's a nut job. But we see with him, he has no issue.
I'm glad you said
with
that.
Taking a life.
Yeah, because people don't understand. Punisher is mentally ill.
He is mentally ill.
Don't get me wrong. He's an interesting character, but I never take out the fact he's mentally ill.
People forget he's mentally ill.
He's
and
mentally
something that B More talks about a lot too is demonic forces not used wisely. It can make you mentally ill.
Yes. All right. So as you guys can see, that was a piece of clip of the live that we did recently, and I'm gonna play the other one with B More. Just a quick brush up on it. But look, one of the things, somebody left a comment on one of the videos, because we uploaded this clip, and it was like, demons don't exist. I can't think about who it was, so shouts out to you. No, if you're listening to the live stream on Patreon, with how B More breaks it down, demon, or even how Sin breaks it down, and what I put in as well, is having to do with the nastiness and the things that you are weaponized with. Your chart is weaponized with, who you're weaponized with to handle nasty situations. You get what I'm saying? So let's say somebody like Tupac, he has some demonic placement where he was able to walk through them 5 bullets in the Quad Studio that night, or even with 50 Cent took 9 shots, when he's able to come back because you're alchemizing the light and dark forces that do move all through your chart and you spiritually as well. Too many people don't understand that. They just think, light side, dark side, and that's it, when you're composed of both. So that's what they mean. And again, if you're on the Patreon, you'll understand when B More breaks down the true definition of what demons are, not necessarily in the same manner of what people think, when it says, oh, they don't exist. You want to say something?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Only thing I'm going to say is that just everybody try to be careful with this full moon coming up tomorrow. It'll be in Leo, and it could be quite violent in nature. So y'all just chill. It can also cause like blindness or not seeing things very clearly due to arrogance. So y'all just really just keep that in mind while we're just gearing up for the next couple hours. Y'all really try to play it cool, because these transits really do make people very combative. Like, I've definitely seen people who, barely speak a sentence, and they really just ready to get busy. And I would implore you not to do that, because murder and imprisonment is definitely on the menu. So y'all have a blessed day.
All right, y'all. And we're going to play this last little bit here, and then y'all get a chance. Again, these are just previews of what, some of the conversations that go on. All right.
So I would say this, like, when it comes to demonic activity, if you just break up the word of it, okay. Mon means whole or part of the source. And so, any type of wholeness, completeness, like healing, harmony, community, even harmony has Mon in it, community, Mon in there, meaning like we're coming together to complete a task. This is considered whole or holy. We even see circles or completion with like the halos around angels and all this other stuff. When we get the D part, it means to break away from, or some type of dissension from wholeness. So anything that keeps you from being whole is demonic. So sickness can be, that's why they used to describe sickness as like a demonic force. They're not wrong. Something is keeping you from being whole and made true. Issues like that is also made, any type of thing, relationship problems, money even has Mon in it. So if you are losing money or you're demonetized, that's a demonic act to try to break away someone from a whole piece. And you could just keep going down from it. Money has a thing of wholeness and completion, and so sometimes it's hard for you to make money if there's a lack of wholeness or completion. I'll also say too, on the esoteric level, how can I say, demonic activity also ties into the aspect of need and desperation or distress. And so being in need causes more distress, and that's why we give to the needy or to the distressed. They give money to them. And also demonic activity can also deal with breaking up family lineages as well. So any type of things that's like a separation of family lineage, most of the time when I look at people's chart and they got family issues, I usually find a malefic, Lilith, Rahu, like some type of demonic force eating at the family dynamics. And I'm like, wow, this is out of control. But really, like, what can you do outside of just trying to, like, a person finding their own path? But things like that anything will break away from harmony, wholeness, these are demonic aspects.
Thought crimes.
So I would say this, like, when it comes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. So you can visit the Patreon to hear more of it, too, by the way. So we appreciate you guys so much. It's been wonderful. It's been great. Sitting out, we'll definitely be back. We're still going to be back with the Janet Jackson stream. She's going to be back with the Janet Jackson stream, and we're going to be talking more about what goes on. We're going to have some other things to talk about around that time, too. So thank you guys so much. Get over there, have fun. And to the point of what B-More is stating, as you see the process of witchcraft and demonism or demonetization, right, and demonic activity, look what they're doing right here. Black people trying to take flight, literally, with the Black Aviator Club. And here they come talking about DEI. DEI, even though there's a shortage of American commercial pilots. That's demonic. All right, love you all. Y'all take care. Peace. We are out.
Thought crimes.